Sound Studios, downtown Corpus Christi, Texas. And we got, you know who it is, the Riding High podcast with us. What's going on, fellas?
What's
What's
good?
good,
What's
man? What's good?
All right, so introduce yourselves. We got Droopy M.
What's it good? It's your boy Juby in, man. We here.
Sir.
DJ Lil King.
Boy Freak, man.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all for joining the podcast, man. So how'd y'all feel when I invited y'all on the show?
Excited.
Actually, I was talking with you, King, right?
Yeah. Man, honest opinion, I kind of figured you wanted us on there to talk about the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all good though.
But like I said, I ain't really worried about all that stuff no more. It's in the past for me. I don't really dwell on stuff too much. Like I'm the type like I could have DJ'd for fucking 50 Cent yesterday, and today is a new day. It's in the past already. Like that's how I am. Shit.
Yeah, it seemed like you got to a point where like, you know what, just screw this. I'm gonna say something about this.
Yeah,
because
hell
obviously
yeah.
it's around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Yeah, and you mentioned too, like not giving them some more light. You know what I mean? Which is that's awesome, man. Yeah, so you guys had the podcast going for a while, and every time I always get notifications, bro, like on for Twitch and for YouTube, and every time I not every time, most times I click on it and check it out for a little bit. But yeah, man, I really like what you're doing over there at the Brand Night Podcast. I want to call it a network, bro.
Appreciate you.
appreciate
Basically,
you,
that's what
man.
we trying to build. It's basically like a network. Shit.
Yeah.
Is that sorry?
What are you gonna say?
I said 7 days a week.
Damn,
days a
there.
week, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, getting it going. So that was that the initial intent when you first started it?
Nah, the actual initial intent is, man, I'm actually, as they would say, I'm barely starting to get back to the roots of what the actual podcast was supposed to be. And that was interviewing like the OGs, the pioneers, like the legends of this Corpus Christi, like music scene, rap scene, and even just like bar owners and promoters. I ain't really got no promoters on there yet. We didn't have people from the radio. We didn't have some.
I don't know how those kind of promoter.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can kind of have
how
on there.
would-
Yeah, well, like we've already had like different artists from the '80s, the '90s, the 2000s. So we just trying to put the puzzle together. It ain't no books out there. It ain't no video on the history of Corpus rap or nothing like that. So I'm just at this point trying to do what I can to try to piece it all together so there can be some type of not to say manual, but some type of
Some type
form
of
of
blueprint,
like a
man.
blueprint of what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Documentation.
Documentation. Yeah, that's the correct word.
Historical
Hey, on some real
document.
shit, man. We're building the Corpus Bible, man. you know what I'm saying? On some real shit.
I mean,
bro?
really, you can piece together, like, especially these last few weeks that we've done, and put together a big chunk of, like, at least the 90s alone. Like, and that's for people who care to know. You know what I mean? Like, we just want to make sure it's there for you to know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but the original intent was just I didn't have when I first started, it wasn't like let's start with 7 shows. It was just basically I just started with the one show, and then the news came second, and after the news I can't remember what came second, what third. It may have been the sports, and
I think it
then
was sports.
I think Droopy, and then we did Scoob, and then actually, and this is a story I want to tell too, the Ridin High concert series. Let's get into the origins of the Ridin High concert series, because somebody just the other day told me that I need to tell this story because it's like a good story. Actually, Kai Servant and the MBH homies, they came on the podcast, and we did a Let's Chop It Up. I forgot we got Let's Chop It Up too. They had came on and did a Let's Chop It Up. We did like a 30, 45-minute episode of them where they was just talking about the origins of their rap career and basically how they had felt that they had been blackballed amongst like the Corpus music scene. No venues would be letting them perform or nothing
crazy.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all have been reaching out to different people trying to get on shows and stuff like that. People have been shutting y'all down. So they basically told us that. So we created the Ridin High concert series. Actually, it was just supposed to be a one-off. It was just, we created the Ridin High concert series for MBH.
Crazy.
And it was basically just supposed to be one show, and that was it. And then we did the one show, and it just basically like, we got a good feedback on that one. And the next week I don't even think we lied. I can't remember somebody in the crew who it was, but somebody said, man, I want to do one of these too. And I was like, already.
Yeah.
And we just been keeping it going from there, shit.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, I think that was me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was you. I can't remember who. I think it probably was you, shit, for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Bino in the comments, man. Hey, dude, I'm so sorry, man. We're gonna get you on, man. Appreciate you for being there. For being patient with me, being way patient with us.
Hey, who better to fill in for you though, Bino? You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
you know
real
we got
shit.
you, dog.
You guys definitely ain't a filler, man.
Yeah, well, for
That-
Bino,
that-
we will
Bino-
be.
for
For
Bino,
Bino,
we're
we
filler,
will
bro.
be every
Oh,
day,
okay, I got you.
bro. You know what
All
I'm
That's
saying?
my boy, man. I love Bino,
Right
man.
on, right on.
Yeah, straight up.
Can
That's
we
what's
get the title changed on the thing?
Yeah, can you change it, bro?
Yeah. Just put the Riding High podcast crew.
Yeah, that's from my
Because we are not Tony Gaddis.
yeah,
Oh, man.
Whoever that is.
Whoever that is.
man. That's
Shout
from my,
out,
that's
shout
actually
out.
that's actually from my personal YouTube channel. I use Restream for that as well. I do programming in C++. Tony Gaddis is like the author of a C++ book.
Already.
So, man, sorry about that, dude. Yeah, sorry about that. No, it's awesome how you come upon that idea for the concert series just from that. You know what I mean? And then you're just like, okay, let's continue doing this. That's amazing to me. It's like kind of like like in business, like you stumble upon things without even
Yeah.
intentionally, thinking about doing it.
I call it throwing a whole bunch of stuff on the wall and just seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. Yeah, that's awesome. Has it always been like that for you?
It's been sticking.
Yeah, for sure.
Like even
been
before the
sticking.
podcast.
Yeah,
You know what
even
I'm saying?
before
Like
the
as a
podcast,
person.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
no,
sure, for
as a
sure.
person. Yeah, for
Always,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah. So and then so you started DJing like in the '90s, right, or something
I
like
started
that.
DJing in the year 2000, maybe 1999, but probably like 1999, 2000, somewhere within that frame.
And I found it interesting that you set out not to be a DJ like at a club, but you wanted to
Yeah.
make mixes.
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
yeah, for sure.
And not only mixes, but screwed and chopped mixes.
Yeah, exactly.
which
Just so
is-
basically, it's for me and my friends to listen to. It wasn't even nothing like let's make these to sell. This was just so me and my friends could ride around and listen to while we cruised around the city smoking and stuff like that.
And so were you selling your stuff at the plug and in the trade center?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We used to man, we would like press up CD. I would be, it's crazy because at this point I was like pressing up the CDs myself. When I say pressing up myself, like I still press them up. I guess that's two different ways of people think when I say pressing up CDs myself. Like one way is I could send it off to a company and they press everything up, and to other people that's still me pressing it up. But
Okay.
whenever I say me pressing it up, that's me sitting at home
Yeah.
burning the CD, putting the label on the CD, putting all the covers in the CD in the CD things, putting the CD in there, closing it, and putting a shrink wrap on there. And whenever we had the plug days, man, I would be doing that. We would open on Friday like at noon. Man, I'll be up Thursday night to like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday just to make sure, because I would post like on Facebook and like do like the sponsorships and new release coming this Friday, and then everybody would be expecting it. So I would be sitting there, man, dying, just making sure I had enough copies to sell the next day whenever we opened up. Hell yeah.
Man, and I found out you worked at Key Wit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy,
Hell
bro. I never
yeah.
would have thought that.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was like one of them like had to do what I had to do type shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That was right after like the plug had kind of like folded, and that's whenever I had to do what I had to do to
Oh,
go
so
take
you
care of
did
my
that after
family.
the plug?
Yeah, that was after
Okay.
the plug. Yeah.
Wow. And
Hell
then
yeah.
so while you were doing that, you were trying to save up some money or whatever to get your podcast started. Is
No,
that
actually,
right?
it wasn't even a podcast. Whenever I was at Keywood, I was trying to save up money so I could. Whenever I left the plug, whenever I had the plug, I had a business partner. So my whole thing was, now that I got the game to do it, I'm gonna do it by myself next time. So my whole thing was to work at Keywood and save up money to open another storefront.
Oh, okay.
But I worked at Keywood, I saved up enough money, and I probably could have opened the storefront. But at that point in time, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't really too confident in myself. Man, I remember paying. Shout out to Rick, Elevated Screen Printing. He pressed up my first ever batch of Riding High shirts, man.
Awesome.
I remember, I think I paid him like $500-$600 to press up some t-shirts. And man, I remember like that night I paid him, I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, bro, like, did I just throw away money? Are people even gonna buy this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know me for the plug. Nobody knows me for Riding High. Like, damn shit. Like, am I making a mistake? You know what I'm saying? And man, I got that first batch of shirts, and man, that very first day, I want to say that first batch I got was probably like a 50 batch or 100. I can't remember what it was, but man, that very first day, I probably sold like 30 shirts.
Wow.
And it was people hitting me up that I didn't even know that was messaging me on Facebook and Instagram. Man, can you come drop off 2 shirts to me? Can you come drop off 3 shirts to me? And I was like, man, hella people that I didn't even know. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, that told me that I was doing something right, man, that I was heading in the right
Yeah.
direction. And I never got to the point where I opened up another storefront, but the Riding High brands was there and it's still there to this day.
So why a podcast? Like, I mean, because you obviously had the store, but why a podcast? Was that becoming popular in your eyes, or, I mean, why that avenue?
Because,
That's years later though.
yeah, that was like, let me see. Are we still live or did we get cut off?
We
Okay,
still live?
live.
Yeah, we still. Did you
Okay, bet.
get a chance to change it, Maya?
Change it and restream.
We'll probably have to restart the restream.
Okay.
You want to restart it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
We could restart it, bro.
That's cool. We'll pick up right there.
We're gonna restart you guys.
I think it's a setting you have to change. I can't change it on the restream.
I gotta change.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stop and restart it. We'll be right back, y'all. We're gonna stop and restart it. Appreciate y'all.